What time is it?
11:06.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to wait a few minutes and then I'm going to talk to everybody at one time. I'm not going to be on long. I just want to address a couple of things. Are you on my live? Oh, okay. God bless you. How you doing? Sonia, Cortez. So I'm going to go ahead and just say a few words. I'm not going to be on here long. It's kind of late. And obviously, y'all know I had a very long day. I am more confident than ever that we as a community have to stand together and hold our leadership accountable. It's not okay. I'm going to say this again. It's not okay when people are manipulating people's rights, oppressing people, treating people any kind of way, people who are threatening people. Today was an unfortunate situation for me. I let the moment get the best of me. And I'm dealing with that. But I will say one thing. I am very, very, very serious at this point in time that it is time for us as a community to start holding those who act outside of our interests responsible and accountable. It is very important that we start calling out these fake leaders, these fake faith leaders, these fake people who are holding our community back. It's time that we are letting folks know who they are. If we are acting if we are acting and doing the right thing, you would see it. But that's why we don't see it in the streets, because you got a bunch of people who want to oppress people, who want to do the wrong thing. I'm trying to pick and choose my words very wisely. It's very, very critical at this time. Yes, it is unfortunate that, again, that today I did let the best of my emotions get a hold of me. And I regret the fact that I did that. But at the same time, folks have been threatened. Folks are being harassed. Young ladies are being threatened. Women are being threatened and harassed. And I would be less of a man if I were to allow that to continue going on. So what I'm saying to you is, I'm saying to you very clearly that it is time that we start putting things in perspective. In every last case that I've seen over the course of the last few months, you have people who are taking advantage of the situation. You got folks out there making a profit. We know they are. We know who are manipulating and using people in the purposes of civil rights and saying that they're doing it in the name of God. We know they are. We don't have to even look far. But what I'm saying to you is I can't allow that. I can't sit back and allow that to happen. We are going to stand up. We're going to hold these people accountable, and we're going to continue calling out these leaders no matter who they are. Listen, as far as I'm concerned, as long as I'm doing what God wants me to do, it's immaterial to me who is displeased, because I'm doing God's work. So I don't need anybody to validate me. I don't need anybody to validate Gregg Greer. Just know that. And yes, again, we would hope that in an ideal world that the community can come together. All these activists in Chicago, I tell you, we started with Chicago alone, even though our network is all around the country. But let's talk about Chicago. I don't have to say it. Look and see what's going on in the streets. Where is the leadership? Check what we're doing. Check our record. We are out there in sincerity. We're out there in power. We're out there in strength. We have 20 groups, 20 networks going strong all over the country, and then some outside the country. And when I say to you that right now is the time, those who want to manipulate, those who want to make statements, those who want to hide behind activism, you're going to be called out. Yes, it is about unity. Yes, it is about doing the right thing. But at the same time, we're not going to run from anybody who's an oppressor. We're not going to hide from anybody who's abusing the system. We're not going to allow anybody to just use us. Again, I'm going to say women have been threatened. Children have been threatened and manipulated. I mean, when does this stop? And I'm going to say this to all of the men, especially who are watching. I would be less of a man if I sat here and I allowed anybody, whoever it is, I don't care who it is, to sit there and manipulate, abuse, harass, threaten our women and our children. I am challenging every last one of y'all to stand with me. I'm challenging y'all to say, look, it's time for it to end. It's time to stand up. Those who are false flagging behind the flag of activism and are not, hold them accountable, Chicago. We know who they are. We know their names. We know who they are. Start holding these people accountable, because what they're doing is they are ruining it, and they are stopping our community from becoming a better community. Lives are being lost. There's blood that's being shed in the streets because you have leadership that is not accountable. It is time. It's time. I don't have to call out the names. Y'all call out the names. I can't call out the names. I've done that. Now it's time for us to come together. And I know some people are saying, have various opinions here and there, but again, Bishop Greer don't need anybody to validate him. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Just know that. Bishop Greer don't need anybody to critique what he's doing, because guess what? I am doing what I'm doing by the community, and you can check my record, and I will continue doing that. Check the results. Check the records. Freedom First International is moving. We are working with very progressive-minded individuals, and we are fighting for justice around the country. We're going to let those who want to hate, let them hate. We're going to let those who want to oppress, we're going to stand up and hold them accountable, and we're going to say, you're not oppressing anymore. we're going to stand up and say the manipulators, we will say that you can't manipulate our community anymore because you won't be allowed to. And those who are with me, be with me. Those who are against me, then you get ready for a long fight. That's all I say. But we're not slowing down. We are not stepping aside. We're not going to let anybody pull us out. For everybody who was asking, I appreciate everybody. I'm fine. You know, the young man is fine. Everything is good. The world moves on. People have disagreements. It's not meant for everybody to come together because guess what? If we were, then the world wouldn't be the way that it is. But what we don't want is we don't want to allow any more people who are abusing our community, who are using our community to continue doing that. And guess what? I can't do it on my watch. So we're going to move on. We're going to move on in sincerity. We're going to stand up and we're going to do what we're supposed to do. Anybody who doesn't want to be with me, anybody who wants to stand outside of me, again, get ready because it's going to be a long, cold winter. The truth is the truth. And yes, if we call them out and we continue calling them out, then guess what? They have nowhere else to go, but then they exaggerate. This evening, I heard nothing but exaggerations. Bishop Greer is fine. There's nothing wrong with Bishop Greer. Again, I'm standing in the truth for the community. I'm doing God's work, and that's all that I'm doing. Again, I don't need it to validate me. I validate myself. I appreciate whatever whose ever effort is up there who is standing with me for the days going ahead. We will call them out. We will continue on with our work. We will push you to the side. And if you want to stand up against us, if you want to stand up against what we're doing, if you want to stop progress, if you are stealing from the stealing off the backs of these babies who are dead, these babies whose lives have been lost, if you're doing that, guess what? We're going to call you out. And that's all I have to say. I appreciate everybody who was checking in. Again, unfortunate incident, but sometimes you got to step into it. And if you're a man, I expect the men in our community and all of the folks who are ready to fight for rights to stand with me. If you don't stand with me, just keep standing. But if you're oppressing to me, just get ready for a fight. God bless you.